Are you facing challenges in your health? Then Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is here to provide you with the lasting solutions to your health problems. Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs is specialized and offers consulting in psychiatry, internal medicine, cardiology, urology, dermatology, gynecology, infectious diseases, and infertility. At Dr. Suleiman Clinic and Labs, we offer 3D/4D scan at just 5,000 francs, emergency ambulance, free ultrasound scan, and free medical consultations. Our staff is composed of well-trained doctors with good laboratory and best equipment. We are located in 2 cities, Boya at Mile 18 Bolifamba, and in Douala, we are located at Entre Pilot. You can reach us through the telephone number 694-940-172. Your health is at the right place with Dr. Suleiman.
Today we're going to be talking about something very, very interesting. Last session we spoken about men sexual dysfunction, and we explained about erectile dysfunction and fast discharge or premature ejaculation. Just like men have sexual weakness and sexual dysfunction, women also can have sexual dysfunction. And you'll be surprised to know that 1 out of 3 women will have sexual dysfunction. So it is important for us to know what is a sexual response in a woman. Like we had explained before in previous sessions, we say sex, whether in a man or in women, starts from above the shoulders. Below the waist is just mechanical. So everything starts in the head. Everything about sex is above the shoulders. Below the waist is just mechanical. So when we say that, this, for a woman is a bit different. I think the audio is not there. Vola, I'm getting messages that the audio is mute. Is that so? I don't know, maybe my mic. Like men have sexual weakness and sexual dysfunction, women also have sexual weakness and sexual dysfunction. And more surprisingly, that statistically speaking, we have more common sexual dysfunction in women than in men, or maybe they are a bit equal. It's just that for some reason, women's sexual dysfunction are not spoken of. For cultural reasons, for religious reasons, because if she speaks about that, they will accuse her of things that are not very nice. And you know what I'm talking about. A sexual response in a woman, is something that is a mix of physiology, emotions, and a relationship, and as well religious beliefs, her beliefs about certain things, especially when it comes to sex. Anything that is wrong with all the mentioned above, emotion or physiology or beliefs or relationship, anything that goes wrong with that, her sexual response will not be adequate. Okay, repeated messages, no audio. Okay, maybe we're not too lucky today. Okay, so, okay, the audio said it's been adjusted. Okay, all right, so let me just summarize again. Okay, so here, okay, the audio is back. Okay, good enough. All right, so please, guys, please, I urge you, please no phone calls. If you need anything, please send me a text message and I'll be more than happy to answer. We're already out of time as it is. We already consume half of the time in traffic, so we have few minutes left, and it's a very important topic. I will repeat what I have just said. I said, as men, let me put this in silent now. As men have sexual dysfunction, women also have sexual dysfunction. And statistically speaking, more than 30% of women have sexual dysfunction. The thing is, it is not out there. What's advertised everywhere is men's sexual dysfunction. Women's sexual dysfunction is not really discussed or announced or, something that women will talk about. Why? Because if she talks about this in different or many cultures, actually, she will be accused of things that are not nice. Oh, you this, oh, you that. You understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to say. But, a woman, normally, she does not talk about sexual dysfunction. But I get in a clinic, and it's very, very many cases that, Doc, I never had an orgasm. I do not know what orgasm is. What is wrong? So let me summarize again. A woman's sexual response is a mix of emotion. Okay, they say there is audio now. Thank you. Okay, we are happy. Okay, so we repeated the last few minutes just for those who didn't have audio. So, okay, the audio is back. We thank you, the production, for that. So a woman's sexual response is a mix of emotion, a relationship, a religious belief, or any kind of belief that she may have, and the physiology. So there is physiology involved, there is emotion, which is psychology involved, and also there is certain beliefs that's involved in the sexual response of a woman. Anything that may go wrong with that can lead us to problems. I like to categorize the problems starting from the head going down. When we talk about, okay, well, I don't know, maybe some of you guys complain about the audio, some of you, they have the audio fine, but anyhow, the production will try to fix it. So I apologize for the audio. Anyhow, let's go back to our subject. We're going to categorize this woman dysfunction, sexual dysfunction, into 4 categories, and we'll start from the head. Like we said before, sex for men and for women always start from the head, from above the shoulders. The whole stages is above the shoulders. It starts from here. Down below the waist is just mechanical as a response to what's going on up here. So sex starts in the head, okay? And it ends mechanically downstairs, down the waist, below the waist. Okay. So now, we're going to categorize the problem. Okay, now we have audio. That's what the production assured us, and also few messages that we have audio on the social media, so everybody can watch, okay? So if you don't have audio, something is wrong with your device. Adjust your device, but now we have audio. Thank you very much, production, I appreciate it, because I'm getting crazy messages here. Okay, so now let's start now, because we have few minutes, and most likely we're gonna repeat this session because I'm getting a lot of people waiting for it, and we will discuss as much as possible, and we'll take questions as well. So let's start with the first thing. What goes on the head that has to do with sex, whether men or women? That's the desire. As men have desire to have sex, women also have desire to have sex. So the desire is a response of hormones. If we say the most contributing factor for a male desire was testosterone, believe it or not, for a female is also testosterone. Even though female have a small amount of testosterone, men have much more larger amount of testosterone, but the anatomy very much is the same. When I say the anatomy, a man will have a penis, but believe it or not, a woman will have a structure similar to the penis, we call clitoris, okay? And we said before, the erection in a man is about the blood flow. And do not be surprised when I tell you the excitement and arousal in a woman is also about the blood flow. So the more blood flow we have to the pelvis area, the more sexual satisfaction, the more sexual response the woman would have if the appropriate stimulation is there, we call that arousal, and would be followed by orgasm, which is the peak of the pleasure, and contractions. So we will discuss each phase at separately. We're going to start with the head, and we're going to talk about the desire. We're going to talk about the desire. So normally, the woman should have a desire for men as much as the men have a desire for women. That is the normal. What is the abnormal? The abnormal would be that we have hypoactive. The desire is less. And we have the extreme, there is no desire. So we have small desire and we have no desire. A small desire or hypoactive woman will be a woman that does not think about sex often, but if it comes, it comes. She will not reject, but normally she would not think about it often. A virgin or no desire at all will be a woman that does not even think about it. She doesn't bother with it. It's not a part of her life. She is totally out. Totally out. That is a virgin, or that is no desire. And in this case, the treatment will be a bit difficult. Remember, when we talk about medicine, every disease has a cure. Even desire disorders, we have reasons why would the woman have less interest in sex. Okay, we have reasons, that we have causes that why would a woman be not interested much in sex. So this is the desire, and that is the desire disorders that we have just mentioned. Okay. Now, the next step after you have the desire, we're going to go to the next state, which is arousal. Arousal or excitement. Arousal in men equals to erection. That is erection in men. That's what we call arousal. In women is lubrication. She gets sweat. There are glands in response to the sexual stimulation. And we're talking about the foreplay, the touch, the kissing, all the romance before sexual intercourse. All this are included under arousal. Okay, so she aroused, and the evidence that we have, the physiological evidence that we have when a woman aroused is lubrication. Lubrication, she becomes wet. Now, what if a woman cannot be lubricated? So that is now a problem with arousal. Just like men, when the men cannot erect, that is sexual dysfunction, we call it erectile dysfunction, sexual weakness. A woman also cannot have the appropriate sexual response, and physiologically, she is not wet, she is not lubricated. So let's take some examples. We have mentioned before, it's all about the blood flow in men, and it's all about the blood flow in women. It's the same. Let's say, for example, a lactating woman, a woman that breastfeeding, as well as a woman that is post-menopause. She is already post-menopause. Those women are very much the same. Those women will lose interest in sex and will have arousal problems. Let's explain why.